With the president of Golden Boy Promotions, Eric Gomez. Eric, card here at the Hard Rock on Saturday. Can you fill us in a little bit about the show? It's the first fight on HBO in a couple of months. What are you expecting from this show?
Two great fights, two world title fights. We're really excited about Machado. Machado's probably the best 130-pound champion in the division. He's going to be in a tough fight against Mensah, which is mandatory, but Machado's just he's got superstar written all over him. He's trained by Freddie Roach, very exciting fighter. And then in the main event, you have the breakout fighter of the year so far,
right,
in Munguia. He's got a tough test against Liam Smith. Everybody knows that Liam Smith, gave Canelo 7-8 tough rounds. So for this young kid, can he do better than Canelo did?
Let's talk about the irony of Munguia being here, because he was going to potentially be fighting Gennady Golovkin in Las Vegas on May 5th when Canelo had to pull out. The Nevada Commission says no. He goes then and fights the following week on your show in New York, and he beats a guy that I thought was going to outbox him easily, Saddam Ali. What happened in that fight, do you think? Was it the fact that Saddam wasn't ready for the fight, or was it that Munguia was just so good?
Well, Saddam was definitely ready for the fight, but he was getting ready for a different style. He was getting ready for a guy that's a little more methodical, a guy that's a little more flat-footed, and Liam Smith. And he ran into a kid that just, was different. A kid that could box a little bit, he can punch, and he's huge. I mean, he's a big kid, Munguia, when you meet him. But yes, it's ironic. I mean, I was just talking to the commission about it. I was talking to Bob Bennett, and he was telling me that, in many ways he did Munguia a favor.
Yep.
Because it would have been really tough for him to fight Golovkin. A bigger weight,
right,
a guy that's seasoned like Golovkin, but it turned out well for him.
Now he's got a world title.
Yes.
What kind of fight do you expect out of him? I mean, it seems to me like I saw him in that fight. That was the only time other than on YouTube that I watched him fight. And it seems like a big guy, but maybe not all that fast. So what can we expect Saturday from him?
What impressed me the most about Munguia is his footwork. He's got great footwork. And he's really light on his feet, so he can box.
So he gets himself into position.
But, it's not always about just hand speed, it's timing. He's got very good timing. He puts his punches together. He's got a very good left hook. The sky's the limit. The sky's the limit. He's got a tough test Saturday with Liam Smith. But the sky's the limit. If he gets past that, then, I can see him taking over the division.
We are, 2 months away from the big fight, Canelo versus Triple G. And I've said this many years. I've covered boxing for 30-some years, and usually promoters say these two guys don't like each other, and it's always bullshit. It's just they respect each other. This time it seems in the rematch maybe they really don't like each other.
There's definitely some animosity there.
Yeah, no doubt. So from Canelo's standpoint, I mean, it concerns me because Canelo, if you look at it from his point of view, has always been calm and cool and never seemed to get himself upset. This is the first fight that I can remember where it seems like he doesn't like the other guy. What's your take on that, and how can Canelo avoid falling into the trap of letting his emotions get the best of him?
It could be dangerous for him because if it takes him out of his game plan, then, he can run into something. He can run into something because you don't play around with Golovkin, a fighter like Golovkin. But I think in this case, it's motivating him. I mean, he's been working out so hard already. He started working out way in advance. He's motivated. He wants to prove that he really won that first fight and that what happened to him was a mistake. And he feels that he owes it to his fans.
The thing I don't understand is it seems like he's going dark. He's not talking. And why not talk? Why not profess your innocence? Why not promote the fight to make the most money that you can? Why?
He will. He's starting. We got some interviews set up for him on Friday. He's going to start doing some interviews. He's going to start doing some things. He's just getting into camp. He just got into camp.
Okay, because I was under the impression he wasn't doing that.
No, he will. He's going to start doing some stuff.
And do you feel like he has to do anything different? Like, Golovkin talked about, I'm going to be more aggressive this time around. Does Canelo do anything different, or does he just play Golovkin's aggressiveness out against him?
What he has to do, in my opinion, is, and I keep saying this when they ask me about this, he's got to go back to those last 3 rounds. He really dominated him in those last 3 rounds. He stood his ground, started using angles, and fought him in the middle of the ring. If he can do that and throw Golovkin's timing off and not let him charge as much, I think it's going to be an easy night.
Very interesting. Eric Gomez, appreciate you.
Thank you.